Okay, let's go from the beginning. I came, I came, and we talked about our days.
Yeah.
Then it was my crush, and then
Oh yeah. We
right
were
after
sitting
that.
there, and then we saw the dudes. We were sitting in their car,
Oh yeah, the guys. Yeah.
and then she walked past, and then you were like, "Oh look," or
That's her.
you like
Yeah, that's
silently
her.
with a little gesture, and I look,
Hmm.
and then I'm just like, "Oh, I'm more focused on those little goofballs over there," but
Yeah.
which I was. Like I
Yeah.
noticed, I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool," but I'm more discerned with these characters over here. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah. So then she goes, and then we talk about, or you
Was
talk
it the
about
park or the
rather.
dandelions? Nature.
Not well. I think we briefly talked about. Okay, no. Okay, well, we'll just. Yeah, it was the dandelions, and then it went into the park, and then you were talking to me about how, you're passing with the trail and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah,
let me know how you do, what you do when it goes down with the huncho, stuff like
yeah.
that.
Mm. Mm.
um, and then you asked me about, do you know about the something with the cookies? You could buy the cookies and then send it to someone
Oh yeah,
anonymously or with a
yeah.
name with a message. And then I was just like, oh haha, you should say, you
Oh, what's
you
the
should send it to her.
siren?
Hey, what's that
Nah,
room
bro,
number
that
again?
shit would be funny, dude.
Hey, what's that room number?
Dude, I would do it, but like I don't understand this girl's type of humor, so I don't know what to
Loki, I
do.
would just do it just to say fuck it, but that's me, of course.
Right? But dude, like no, like I know you just wanna like speak to like fuck it, bro. Like what really is talking? I'm saying that right now, but I know the next day or
it,
whenever it's next
hey
time, I
man, it
just
happens.
yeah.
I get it. Everyone thinks, and that's the duality of our human mind, is that of course we could say something to ourselves, but at the end of the day, our mind kind of works like a stubborn baby, and you just gotta find a way to make it work.
Bro, but
It's
it's so
true,
like,
you know.
dude,
I
it's
get it. I get it, dude. It just
bro,
happens.
like I got like chances
You
everywhere, but
do.
like she don't be talking to anybody
You
during our
know,
class period. Like,
so like, I mean, the
mm,
only real thing stopping you is your own self, and you just gotta
yeah,
find a way
bro.
to just not cock block yourself, Um, or maybe not that way. That sounds kind of harsh, but I mean, like, just
It's not.
finding
That's
a
how
way.
it be though. Yeah, I
Um,
am cock blocking myself, bro.
but it doesn't have to be that way. And like,
Mm.
honestly, man, you just sometimes, man, I think you just gotta find a way to psych yourself up in the moment because yes, you can motivate yourself right now, but like
But then when it
your
comes to
emotions
time,
work like a stamina bar. You know what I mean? And so like it kind
mm-hmm.
of just runs out after a while. Or everyone has like different
Nah, facts, bro, facts.
emotional endurance and like stamina bars and stuff. Like it kind of depends on like your genetics and like the stats you were born with and the class you chose when you were
Mm,
born.
mm. Yeah, makes
You get
sense.
what I mean?
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
and so ours just so happened to be more so like gotta find more ways to actually because it's like we're dropping into a new match, so we gotta find the minis. Like we don't have the full shield bar ups. You know what I mean? So we gotta find the
No,
shields
for
first.
sure, for sure, yeah.
And you just gotta do that. You gotta find some way to do that with your confidence in the moment there. But it just sucks that I'm not there in statistics. So, shoot, because if I was there, hey, I would immediately chuck you some minis, motherfucking chug splashes. I'll shoot a fucking chug cannon at you. I'll fucking throw my flask like it's a shield gang. Whoo, like,
God damn, no,
fucking, I'll
too
chuck some.
much, bro. I'm already at 100.
Nah, bro, I'm getting you to 5 million, bro. It's like a comic where it's like the characters getting like thrown like a bunch of stuff and it just like
Yeah.
piles up on them until you just see the pile over them.
Yeah.
But point being, yeah, man, I think personally that's what you may need, man. Just some way to psych yourself up in the moment. But
Yeah,
that's
bro. I'm
entirely up to
trying
you,
to,
man.
dude. I'm definitely trying to, but like, it's always like oh, but like what if it's just you talking to her and like the whole class can hear you? you know, and it's just
Yeah.
like it's awkward.
No, I get
And
it, dude.
so, but
It's the
no, no, no,
same
no,
thing with
no.
me.
Here's the thing though, like if I get through that, cause nobody will say anything about the awkwardness unless you make it awkward. So like if you
Yeah.
start like blushing, or if you start like stumbling on your words, then it becomes awkward. Then
Well,
you
I mean,
start becoming
in a
awkward.
sense, yeah, yeah.
It's kind of
Um,
like you gotta be assertive, brother. You gotta show that dominance. You feel me? But
no, I feel you,
at
dude.
that moment, I don't think about it like that. I just kind of like back down, bro. I get cold feet. I shy away, bro.
Listen,
Fuck,
man,
dude.
it happens, but man, I can't fully explain it. Because even I don't have tactics. Sometimes I'm able to just psych myself out of that mode, you know?
Yeah, bro.
So, man, if I had some tactics, I'd share them with you. But I'm no guru in this myself.
Well, I might
So,
just say fuck it and like just go, bro. Like I don't even care what I respond with. This is just like a I have to do it at this point
yeah,
kind
like
of thing.
you just gotta push yourself into the water and
Yeah,
go
bro.
for it. Um, and man, I don't think the worst will happen. If anything, I think the most moderate will happen. I think it's just because of like another thing you gotta like uh, I guess prepare for or maybe kind of expect even is like um, sure it's gonna feel blank, but like that's just the way it is because you guys just don't fully know each other like that. You guys just know you're both in
Mm.
the same class and you've had some interactions. That's about it, really. So you're in
Yeah.
that like stage of like introduction piece to the video. But now you got to
Mm.
transition over into the meat, the 3 paragraphs, the 3 points, whatever the freak,
But that's the question. How do you get there?
That, that's entirely up to you, man. Because
How
uh,
though? Dog?
people just people just transition it, man. Some people are able to just row the boat past under the tunnel and over into the calmer waters, or however you want to state it. Um,
That means I gotta continue talking to her and
Pretty
whatnot.
much,
I
dude.
mean, I don't
Uh,
mind as long as like if I get a good reaction, or from what I expect from a good reaction is at least she doesn't sound bored, right? Or like she doesn't sound
what? Okay.
annoyed or anything. Then
Another thing
that's
is
what.
like, sorry to
What's
cut
up?
you off there. I
You're good.
just
You're
need
good.
to
No,
know
no.
if that is her, like, what is her natural speaking tone? Because some people just have like that kind of tone to them. You know what I mean? Some
Mm.
people just sound naturally excited. Some people just sound naturally bored. Some people just now sound naturally angry. Some people just sound naturally sad. Uh, so like, if there's any way you could tell, because I
Shit.
tell you this because it's also another thing to expect with the first, alongside with understanding that of course it's going to feel kind of blatant and moderate, is like also the tone is like you like if she naturally sounds annoyed, I guess, in her tone. I mean, that can just be her
Just the
natural
tone.
tone,
Yeah.
yeah, just speaking way kind
I
of
want
thing.
to say like I don't think she has like maybe just normal, maybe like blank. Yeah, like just I don't think bored or anything. Just
Do you
since we
think
don't
you
know each
can
other,
give
it's
me
just.
like an example sentence of
I
to give
mean,
me
kind of like
like
me right now, bro. Like just talking like this. Yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, my day was pretty good. Nothing crazy.
okay,
Type.
so just
Just like that.
just so okay, so I would say those are like the common cards. Those are the common Clash Royale cards. Those are just the cards
Yeah.
that you play where it's just like
The night
um
and the skeletons.
yeah, and it's like no, you play them. So think about it that way, because they're sure they're short responses, but it's because you guys just are in that introductory
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
tone
yeah, yeah,
still.
yeah.
You guys are still in that category
No, no,
of.
no. 100%.
So
100%.
therefore, these are three things I just gave you that you gotta just kind of expect, and therefore okay, then that's okay. That's normal. That's the moderate you can expect. You know what I mean? And yeah, dude, you expect. Did you hear that car? I was just,
Yeah, I heard that.
oh
I thought that
man.
was like a UFO or something, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yo, man. People are riding in spaceships out there. Anyway.
Nah, bro.
But anyway.
No, no, 100%. And I know that's for a fact, bro. Like, you put it in a good way. I mean, like,
I was getting into some
uh,
good deep thought right now, yeah.
when like this girl that's in my like freaking in the same class, just she's in my table. When I first got into her table, like she was kind of like awkward to meet me, but then we had like little small talks, right? Just kind of like in the introductory, right? The comment cards.
Yeah, yeah,
And obviously she didn't reveal much character, obviously, right?
yeah.
But then once she got comfortable around me and whatnot, bro, like she's comfortable. Like
Yeah.
she
And
be
then
telling me to shut up and stuff, in a
yeah,
friendly way, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in
And
a
so
but yeah, like that's
that's where it transitions, and then they start showing the rest of their hand, aka the rest of their, deck. If we're
yeah.
still going through Clash Royale metaphors, um, it's like now they're showing you off like the rare cards, the epic cards, maybe even
Yeah, exactly.
legendary cards,
Bro, legendary is
maybe
that like deep
even
conversation,
champion
bro.
cards. But those are like the really rares. You know what I mean? Like those are, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that's like when you know someone like long term. So like in our interaction, yeah, we all, me and you, we don't speak in common card language anymore. We speak at bare minimum epic card language.
Epic,
That's
yes,
that's
sir.
the that's just the bare minimum for us. We're past all that
Bro, we got the
BS,
pure
you know?
legendary decks.
Yeah, literally, we're playing OG Clash right now with the all legendary deck, and even with some champions in there, we're chilling like that. We just have that interconnection. We've just
Yeah, bro, 'cause
gone
we just
past
that
those
cool with each
tunnels,
other.
And
Mm-hmm.
so once you, I guess, man, I'm just kind of speaking out of my ass right now, but this sounds freaking amazing. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
bro,
Hey,
I'll be doing that sometimes, but like, it makes sense. It's kind of like you just autopiloted to do that,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
like
yeah.
we're just, I guess, from like our brain just knows to do that. We might not be like saying it with like intention or whatever, but like you just say it because
Yeah,
that's
like
what your
it's
brain,
just
that's what you.
just formulated thoughts right now.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly.
but man, sheesh, I don't think these are bad metaphors at all. Honestly, I was just trying to make some
No, they're
memes, but
not.
uh, it actually, the more I think about it now, it's actually not too bad. But anyway, okay. Um, um, yeah. So when you think about it that way, and you kind of relate it to like games, or I guess
Yeah, I
phases,
mean,
stuff like that, and
mhm.
transitions, you really just you just think about it in
the,
different ways. Perspective.
yeah.
Ultimately, it's just all
Yeah.
perspective.
I was about to mention the fact that you like gave me this perspective on like to expect nothing crazy, just kind of in a way prepared me, I guess. But I can't really say because obviously it's not even that day yet, or the day's not coming yet. But
Yeah.
I'm like less like I'm not. I guess I'm not expecting too high now or whatever. Cause you're right. You know. Yeah, I'm not gonna get anything crazy off of just the first interaction.
Yeah, dude.
But
You
my
just
question is
open.
like how to start that interaction. Like I know it could be as simple as like, oh, how's your day going? But how do I get a, a, their attention? Or attention. Like, do I have to say hey or
Hmm.
tap her shoulder? Like that's just kind of like I don't know.
It's funny how
The
we. Sorry to cut you off there.
you're
I
good,
get
you're
what you're
good.
saying. So yours is like you think about like the intro piece or the hook piece. I guess if we're thinking about writing way
Yeah. Hook,
or a
hook.
writing
Yeah,
metaphor. Excuse me. Um,
you're
for
good.
me, it's kind of the opposite. I can start off with a hook, but then it's kind of funny for me. It's actually like the opposite. Like now I'm just like, oh shit, I didn't actually think this would work. I didn't think this far, and so now
Oh, the point they mean.
for me, yeah, no, literally, for me, it's actually the opposite. I actually don't know how to carry it on, and I told you before, but it's like, it's because like the the reason why I think you may think that I'm good at communicating is just really honestly just because I like like you've shown me your full hand. Like I have stuff to work with,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like I
yeah,
have
yeah.
information to work with. Like I know, like okay, like yeah, like you told me about your dogs. You told me that you like to run. You told me that you like horror movies and like horror genres. You told me that you like DVD. You told me a lot of things that I can just work with. I just
Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah.
these
Facts,
things
facts.
now, just
Mm.
because we've chatted for so long. So when I get to know a new person, it's like, oh shit, okay, I gotta relearn everything. It's a whole different
Yeah, yeah,
person, a
yeah,
whole
yeah,
different
yeah.
world, basically. So for me, it's just a funny thing, like how it's the opposite for us, I guess, in a sense. Um, but I guess, hey, I mean, I think that's a good thing since maybe I could give you some pointers on that for the intro piece if we're thinking about it that way. Um, I think tapping someone on the shoulder is if like they're doing something. So let's say they're like looking at something, or maybe they're just spacing out. They're just staring at a wall or something.
Mm.
Or maybe they have their hand on their cheek and their elbow rested on their desk, right? Or
Mm.
maybe they're drawing. Um, Whatever it is they're doing, you also want to also just kind of survey like it's not important because remember like I tapped that girl on her shoulder in the hallway. She was looking at her phone, so I don't know if I interrupted a message or something. I don't know what she was looking at. Hopefully I didn't, but either way I just caught her attention. I just yeah, so uh with that it's more so like grabbing their attention easier, just like tap their shoulder, and then they gotta automatically look that way because
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't want to be rude in return. So actually, that's a pretty good one for it's like just a quick initiation right there. Um, Verbal quick ones like, "Hey, yo, how are you doing?" or "How's your day going?" For yeah, how's the work? How's class going for you? Yada yada yada. That's straightforward in a verbal way, but they kind of gotta be looking in your direction. I'm sure you
That's
already
what I was
know
gonna
that.
say. Yeah, I can't be saying that shit. Like, I can't be saying like, hey, how's your day going? Like, I have to like, we have to at least like lock eyes. You know what I mean? And then, in
Yeah,
order for me to like at least
that's
mention
kind of
something or
hard
like
though.
say, hey, yeah, it's hard because nobody is gonna look in your direction unless like
It
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that more so happens if you're sitting within vicinity and also like you're all kind of just like comfortable. But in a class, I would argue that everyone's kind of like somewhat guarded, quote unquote, or like kind of like a little bit tense because it's like work environment.
Mm.
So that one I think is better for like a casual interaction because I've done that before, but like I, thinking back to it, yeah, it's like more calmer situation, just casual situation. Because school just doesn't feel casual for me, but that's just my perspective on it, or how I perceive school. Like school is like not a comfortable place for me. Um, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, 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 no, I know what you mean. I mean, I can see myself like maybe talking to her, like we like stand right next to each other or something.
But does that
Uh,
happen often?
it's becoming uncommon now. Cause like I be when it's usually when in dismissal when it happens, and like when we might have a chance to like be next to each other.
Yeah.
But like these past few days, I've been like either on a conversation with my teacher, or like like she goes like a little bit more like towards the exit, and it's kind of like
Okay. Hmm. This is just an idea, but think about opportunity cost.
no, I swear to you,
Because
bro, I
no,
have
think about it.
been
Like,
just
no, okay, so you have, so you know that
yeah,
your
yeah,
option is either be quote unquote nice and have that interaction with the teacher, and that's cool, right? That's a connection. That's great.
no, no,
That
for
there's
sure,
nothing
yeah,
wrong with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's just
Mm-hmm.
that that's the opportunity cost. You spend your
It is.
time to talk with the teacher, potentially maybe even other people at your desk, or whatever the case may be. But the
Mm.
opportunity cost is that the the opportunity of which to catch her attention or have some sort of interaction. Or, I mean, obviously, I don't know the survey of the land or like the layout of the room or anything, but like I'm sure, like there's been some opportunities to talk to her in the past, right? Say she doesn't get up from her desk early to leave from the door quickly, right? Let's say she's like still sitting there, like that's happened before, right? Like she's just, you're right, like um, you'll have some extra
Tons of
time
time.
after class
Yeah.
before the bell rings.
Yeah.
Uh, Maybe that was an opportunity. Yeah.
But what say then? What do I say then?
In that moment, uh,
Cause it does happen. That does happen.
okay.
Like
So you
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
work
yeah.
with something. You
I
gotta
do.
work
I
with
do. I do.
something. And that something would be, it's gonna be pretty casual, pretty dry. It's gonna be a common card move, but you just gotta hit her with the either a compliment. That's a great one. Or definitely an interest catching one. Uh, Asking about a day is kind of pretty just friendly, casual. Asking about the classwork is incredibly friendly, casual. Especially if maybe you can BS a question into that, but I think you've
Yeah,
told
nah,
me
bro. I'm
about that
fucking
and
smart,
how
dude.
you wanted
I
to do
aced that
that.
class, bro.
Yeah, it's so I mean that
So like,
I think that's the
I don't know
best
if you be
tactic.
paying attention, but like, if I were to like say something like, could you help me with this, or like, a question about
Okay, all
the work or whatever, nah, she'll be
right.
like,
So we're scrapping that idea.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So really, you only have kind of two options. Technically, the second one can branch off into other ideas of
I feel like
casual
I
friendly.
think a good way to start, at least in my opinion, now that you bring it up, is probably a compliment first, right? And just so like as an acknowledgement, right? And
Yes,
then
because it's really
perhaps,
nice. Like think about
yeah,
the
yeah, exactly.
psychological effect of that card you play.
No, yeah, it
The
makes you feel
psychological
good
effect is like, yeah, you feel good. Oh wow,
all
like
the
they
time. Yeah,
noticed something I have on or I'm wearing or how I look, appearance. And then
yeah,
it's
yeah.
also kind of charming. It's like, oh, okay, you caught my attention. Like, thank you. And just something. I mean, just something that happens. I mean, the only time
Facts.
and
Yeah.
someone doesn't acknowledge a compliment is if they're like narcissistic or have an ego or
No, no, not
or
for real,
think they're
dude.
all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Then they won't acknowledge it. But well, that's another thing you can also note down. Is just like, okay,
The way she
this
responds.
person, yeah, it reveals
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit of
yeah.
her personality. Okay, they appreciate this compliment, stuff like this. Um, so I think, I mean, I know your brother said against it otherwise, but I mean, if you really think about what you have to work with here, you're only working with 30 wood and no other mats. So you're gonna have to build two walls and a floor. That's it, or two floors and a ramp. That's all you have. But it works, you know. Or
No, 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 100%. Because I feel like that is kind of like a way to like perhaps say something the next day. Like so I give her a compliment, and then the next day I can be like, oh, how's your day going? Then
it,
that's where I can like say that.
yeah, yeah.
Because I feel like saying that is a little too early. I really haven't talked to her like that. I could have probably said that back then, back when I asked about the whole
Yeah,
TSI
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
didn't. So like, I think that's honestly a great way to start
It
the compliment,
it's
bro.
it's the best way. As I see it, I feel like I mean, maybe there's a few other niche ways to open up a conversation, but other than that, I think this is the best one in terms of having like a strong impression. You know what I mean? Like an outstanding impression, and not just, oh yeah,
No, thanks. It's the
I'm
best
just
move.
cool. I'm just nice. Yeah, basically
Best move, best move.
the best move for your value, basically. So it's like
Yeah,
Clash
like in
Royale
chess,
card
you
placement.
know what I mean? Or
Oh yeah,
yeah,
chess
Clash
piece. Yeah,
Royale,
you could
bro.
say that too. Yeah, like that's your placement. and you're maximizing the value of that card. That one card, cannon,
Cannon, yeah. Bro, oh my
ice
god, with that
golem,
Kennedy.
you know. But yeah, or
Yeah,
skeletons, or ice spirit. But yeah, you know.
I
Um,
swear, yeah.
but you know what I'm trying to say. I mean,
Yeah, I get what you're
we're
trying to
both
say, bro.
connecting these
Yeah, yeah.
things, and um, man, I really like looking at things through metaphors. This is really cool. Um, or
Oh
like,
yeah, that's great.
I'm even opening up my own perspective. At first, I was just BSing, but now it actually kind of
But
makes
now you,
sense.
yeah.
But
Shoot, bro.
you think about it this way, and then I don't think it gets any more mind easing than that, in my opinion. Um, uh, Unless you want to freaking, I don't know, relate it to any book you've read or whatever the freak. I don't know. Up to you, man. But other than that, man,
Nah, I mean, nah, like you said, bro. Right now we're dealing with the very common cards. We're just
very common cards. Yeah.
chilling. You could count this as a rare card since you know it's a good impression, right? First impression,
Yeah, yeah.
compliment,
You're using
start of song. The ice golem, bro.
the ice go. Yeah, slow moving, but it's got the tanky ability. Soak
Effective.
up some damage. Yeah, effective. Has a little slow effect on its death. Anything that hits its vicinity. Stuff like that. I mean, shoot. I might have just slipped you a rare card. Wow.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think I just slipped you a rare card. I swapped the knight for the ice golem. That's crazy. Wow. There you go, man. Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah, bro.
I see.
Appreciate you,
Hey,
man. Like,
no problem, man. It's what I mean. Nah, I'm trolling you,
bro,
bro.
I'm gonna do it. I'm not. Now I can. You know. Now I feel like more at ease. You know what I mean? Like,
I think you can, man.
I feel like I
And
can do it now. You know. Like I
I,
know. I know I've said it before, and I feel like I could have, but like now I feel like I actually can. You know, or I will. You know,
and
because it's easy. I've already done it like 5 times throughout this whole week.
yeah,
That's just easy.
exactly. And matter of fact, you just did it this morning, actually.
Exactly, bro.
So
I'm saying,
day
man.
4, I mean, the only barrier in your way is yourself, and you just gotta, instead of fighting yourself, just open up your arms and say, "Hey, yo, give me a
2v2,
hug, man. Let's team up."
2v1. Yeah.
2v1, not 1v1. I'm not trying to hurt myself. I'm trying to progress past this bridge and onto something potentially better, or just something to learn about.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on how it goes, but it'll go somewhere.
Who knows, bro? Like this, it could even go as like far of her, like as far as her, you know, maybe complimenting my shirt, right? Who knows?
Yeah, that's another thing to think about, is that you don't know what cards she will play. Maybe that might lead into her playing a few common cards, but then, and also an equal elixir trade interaction of her own rare card. Just depends, you know?
Fireballs my golem. Golem takes the hit. Still survives.
That's actually a terrible interaction, 4v2, but, or 4 for 2, but hey, I don't know. 4 for 2.
But she hit him with that strong compliment or something.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I don't have my phone. Ah, shoot. I was gonna open up Clash Royale to see all the cards. That's all good. Um, but hey, man, however it goes, really at the end of the day, just psych yourself up in some way. Because, I wish we kind of lived in that cartoon. You know how those moments where it's like the character's about to lose to the evil villain, but then they close their eyes and then they just kind of think back to all the friends they made along the way, and all
Nah,
the memories
for
they've
real,
shared,
dude.
and that somehow just makes them God mode again, and then they defeat the villain. I wish I could work that way. I'm trying to. It's pretty difficult. To like think in the moment and then like sometimes you can do it. I think it also kind of depends on how you're feeling and how like energized you feel in the moment, but basically I don't know if you can do that, but you can try to siphon in these ideas back into your head in the moment. It's like you're doing like a flash forward. You know what I mean? Like You know what I'm trying to say. One of those TV freaking sitcom moments, whatever the freak.
Yeah.
Uh, Protagonist of epiphany moments. Yeah, man, you'll figure it out. Entirely up to you. If
Well,
I
shoot.
had
I'm getting
some
like
way
9
to
hours of
chuck you
sleep
some,
Sunday then.
if I can chuck you some minis, some pots, some
Bro,
shield
I need
kegs,
some med kits. I
chugs.
need the fucking med
Yeah, I.
spray.
Oh
Give me
my
all of that good stuff,
god.
bro.
I could. I would. No, I can't. I can't. I can't. Uh, replace could with would. I would. I wish, but I can't. Not in statistics. So you're just gonna have to keep the memory within your mind, or rekindle it or
Shit,
some
man.
way. Just
We
you'll
might
find
have to
something.
have like this talk Sunday, but I mean, like,
But I feel it's like a
no.
Rocky montage. You know how like Rocky's like
Yeah.
running up and down the stairs.
And
Dun
then, yeah, the stairs.
dun
Yeah.
dun dun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my
Nah, for
god.
real, it's like that, bro.
You really gotta psych yourself up this much. But no, that's how it is. That's just what you're personally dealing with. As for me, I think I'm dealing more with like how do I actually learn about a person. But I think
I mean,
you might be able to help me more with that. I think.
okay. So like you got the whole bringing getting their attention down, right? So like
Yes.
you can go ahead and tap their shoulder and say, you think you can say like, "What's up, bro? How's it going?"
Yeah. I
You
mean,
can? Okay, that's
yeah.
good.
I mean, I yeah.
So so like whenever like let's say the answer is dry, common card, right? It's a cannon for defense, right?
Yeah.
Like okay, you put your golem, but then the freaking cannon's in the way, so your golem's gonna go towards it and die, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, do you freeze up then, or like do you follow it up with a question? Like, are you like, oh, okay, that's cool, and then end it there, or what do you do?
Um. Well, it would depend on the cannon's health when it takes out my ice golem. You know what I mean? So technically, the answer would be freeze up and just wait for my own defense play.
Hmm.
But how do you relate that to realistic
So
terms? So let me
I
think
think
about that.
here, or
Or
I
you
was
could
gonna
think about
say
that.
you could so let's say yeah, she says like, oh yeah, it's a good day, right? You're like, okay, that's cool.
Hmm.
You can follow it up with like, what made this day cool, or like what made your day cool, right? Or what made your day good. Follow it up with another question that was goes back to that back answer, right?
Hmm.
And then she might be like, she could also give you another dry response, right? She could be like, oh, I got more sleep today. Okay, right?
Yeah.
That's more sleep. Be like, oh, what did you used to get, or what did you used to like sleep, and like, or how much did you sleep today? And then
Hmm.
again, could be dry again, and she might be like, oh, 5 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
And then kind of right there, like it kind of like seems hopeless, like she's giving you dry responses and whatnot. But you could hit her with that. Ah, fuck, hold on. I'm trying to think. Damn. I don't normally condone this because it's not good, but I tend to do this. I kind of lie, so I agree. So I'll be like, oh yeah, no, I know how that feels. I'll be getting like 5 4 hours of sleep too. But for me, to be honest, what works for me most to get through the day is, I try and get off my phone earlier the day before or something, right? Like agree to whatever they say, I guess, and follow it up with some sort of advice or
Okay. I think I'm getting it now. So basically,
just following it up, from the question or the answer
or
before.
yeah, or even that, or yeah, I think I'm seeing this clearly. So let's say, yeah, let's go back to the metaphor, because I think I have a way to kind of I illustrate this. But well, actually, no.
All right, bet.
We'll get back to the metaphor. But basically, what you're saying is like show interest, so that way
Mm-hmm.
it if it kind of leads them. You're following through, but at the same time, it also makes them follow through. So you guys, you're basically kind of like. So you started walking on the path, meet this person along the path, and you're like, oh shit, okay. So let me interact, and then as you're following up, they don't realize that they're walking on this path alongside you, and it just feels kind of natural. You're just
Yeah,
making it
yeah,
up. Sometimes you're making it up, but obviously, honesty is the best policy. But that's another perspective. Um, Topic for another day. But basically, yeah, you guys are both just chilling, walking on this path. Before you know it, you guys are both walking the path, and they don't know it. Sometimes you don't even know it. Basically, just yeah, just kind of not well. Okay, you basically just reel them along with that interest because you're not putting the interest on yourself. You're putting the interest on them because
exactly,
you're basically just
exactly,
showing
exactly.
I want to get to know you, basically.
Yeah, and you're listening too. Listening is
Oh,
also
that,
good.
yeah.
You gotta
Um,
listen to what they say, and then that's when you're like,
Absolutely.
okay, that's cool, yeah.
And
And so, yeah, you gotta show that interest.
you're not
Right.
even wrong because that's the answer as to how I can get to know someone and then work with what I'm given. You get what I'm saying? Because
Exactly.
then
Yeah,
I
yeah,
learn
yeah.
more about them, and then I'm just like, oh, okay, shit, okay, cool. I'll remember that, and then next time I'll bring it up, and then it's cool, and then you build from there. So I
Oh
think
yeah,
that's the piece
especially
I'm missing in terms of getting to know someone. But you can go ahead.
I was gonna say, especially if you remember something, they like specifically told you about, and then tell them bring it up again the next time, they were like, oh my God, you remember that, and
Right.
that's gonna like increase that like level of wow, this guy does
Yeah,
want to
like
know more about me and whatnot.
yeah, and like they actually know me as a person, not just another social contact, I suppose you could say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or it's like
But
that.
that
I,
also
I
does
would.
vary from person to person. But
It
you can go ahead.
does. I was gonna say like in Detroit Become Human. I'm not sure if you ever watched any games or
No,
not,
I have,
but
yeah.
whenever like you become like or you start to like a person starts to like you more, like it shows their name and then like a little blue arrow that goes upwards. So it'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, Ivan, and then like, oh, you said something cool, like you complimented my show. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh, thank you, bro. And then it'll show my
The blue
arrow
arrow,
and
yeah.
it says Ivan, friend, right? And then it increases. To you, it might be like, oh, her name, right? And then it says, associate, and it just promotes from there, it goes to friend, and just
Exactly.
boom. Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
great way to see it, yeah.
yeah.
Completely forgot about that game because it was a while ago, but great
Bro, I
game.
love that game, man.
Um, oh, absolutely. Um, man. Uh, but um, okay, okay, I'm seeing it now. Okay, and once again, I mean, I know I already said it, but it's just funny how it's like that, kind of the opposite thing in which we kind of deal with. Is like you need like the icebreaker, the hook,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
intro
yeah.
sentence, and then for me, I need like help on like developing the body paragraphs. So that's funny how it's like the opposite like that. Um,
The yin and yang, bro.
yeah, yeah, basically, yeah. That's really funny how that works. Um, uh, yeah, man. Okay, I think, I think, I think we're good. I think that
Yeah,
was,
bro. I
I
mean,
think that was a certified Wonversation moment.
I I think so, bro. We gave each other some advice on how how to help each other with the what we're lacking in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So definitely a W, because I definitely do struggle a lot on grabbing the attention of someone. So
Yeah,
boom, and then I'm at it. I helped you figure out how to show interest, and I guess figure out a continue a conversation and whatnot. Them body paragraphs, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Like
so
figuring out the other person. Um,
exactly.
okay, man. And you want to know what's even more perfect?
What's up?
We don't have to remember this as a memory. Remember how I just told you how you gotta find a way to psych yourself up? Well, you can just listen to this back. because
Oh shit.
I just recorded this whole entire thing. So therefore, you don't actually. I mean, it may help in the moment. I don't know. Maybe you can freaking freaking FNAF phone call recorded beforehand, and then it's in your gallery, and then you go into you're transitioning from fourth period, and then you just put your headphones on real quick, and then you just listen to the moment where I put it into to game layman's terms of like common cards or whatever.
It's like a common card, bro.
Yeah, and then,
Place it and
and
I'm
then
like,
that
you're right,
can
Daniel,
be-
you're right.
That could be your antagonist epiphany moment. Not antagonist, your protagonist.
Protagonist, bro. It's like
epiphany moment.
your
And
spiritual
then-
self is there with me, man.
Exactly.
That
through a
part of the
video.
moment,
You can do that. You could literally do that. You could record because I know it's not gonna or it's gonna you can have a tough time to load
it's
to
gonna be
that
the Wi-Fi,
specific
yeah.
moment. Yeah. Like,
So
you
not
know.
a screen recorder for sure. Good idea.
Dude, I think we just found our very first use of the Wonversation like episodic series that we're gonna do. This is the very first point in the timeline. You are going to utilize it, and then you're gonna have that moment, and then we're gonna talk about it the very next day, and
Bro,
then that'll
we'll be
go
like,
up.
dude,
And it's-
I complimented her.
Exactly, and then like we're gonna be talking about how you like skipped into the library, motherfucking did 1,000,000 push-ups. Start real Fortnite emoting, like, dude, this is it. This is what we were gonna. I think this is what we were gonna talk about. I think of how a Wonversation recorded is as actually a golden moment. It's like
Oh yeah, dude.
yeah.
Even if we weren't, bro, this is already like, just like the bow, the icing on the cake. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah, and wow, the way that all just ties together is so beautiful. Wow.
To make it even better, bro, this is our champion mode. We just dropped our champions, bro. Or like two against other
right
people.
here,
But like,
yeah. This was our interaction right now. Our show of hands, the cards we played. That was the yeah. You're not even wrong. What the fuck? That's crazy, dude. Wow. All right, dude. Because oh my gosh, I feel like our future selves are gonna like look, especially me. I'm gonna look back at myself and be like, I mean, of course, right? But it's like, I mean, I don't know, dude. It's just, it's the epiphany moment that we had right now. But both of us, like, we had
yeah.
protagonist epiphany right now.
Yeah.
So wow, that was a W conversation right there, dude. Holy. Oh my gosh.
Yo.
Round of applause, man. Round of applause.
Yeah, dude. This is
Dap
a
'em
good conversation. Yeah, bro.
Give yourself some pats on the back, bro.
Oh,
Don't forget
hell yeah,
elementary
bro. We're gonna do
snaps,
this, man.
Because clapping was too loud. Because clapping was too loud.
Nah, I remember, bro.
Oh my god.
Nah, dude, I remember that. We used to do that in the library, like in second grade. The teacher
Yeah,
would go,
dude.
Make sure you did the little, yeah.
Little snaps. Sorry, everyone do the
Yeah.
rapid snaps, guys. Bro, I remember thinking in my head as a kid, I'm like, bro, what the fuck is a round of snaps? What the fuck is a round of snaps, bro? Well, I still did them because I was like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
But I legit had that idea or that thought in my mind. I was like, at first grade, I was like, bro, what the fuck is a round of snaps? Oh my gosh. Round of fucking snaps, bro. Oh my gosh.
Nah, bro. I
Alright.
remember that shit, bro. Oh my god.
This is a great place to end it up.
Yeah, dude.
I'll chop it here, but